Oh, the top line is just gorgeous. The new Titleist SM9 Vokey wedges are here, and before we talk about what's different, let's first of all point out what is actually the same.
We've still got the brushed steel, jet black and tour chrome finishes. That lovely dynamic gold wedge flex shaft comes as stock, and the bounces and the grinds are all very much the same. However,
as you can imagine, with something as basic as a wedge, it's actually really hard to try and reinvent things, but I gotta say, what Titleist have done with this generation is very, very impressive. If I was to use two words to kind of sum up the new SM9 range, it's all about, well, it's actually three words: center of gravity. Does of count as a word? No, we'll forget of. Two words: center of gravity. I'll try and make this as simple as possible because it can get a little techie and a little nerdy. The lower lofted wedges, so kind of like the gap wedge or the pitching wedge, the 48s, the 50s, the 52s, they have a center of gravity that's a little lower on the face. Basically, that's just going to promote a bit of height. Now, as you get up into the 54 and the 56, the center of gravity moves a little higher up the club. That's to promote a slightly lower ball flight. As you get up to sort of the lob wedges, you're talking 58, the 60, the 62, the center of gravity just moves up a little more just to take the top off those really high ball flights, just brings it down a touch. The wedges have been designed with the center of gravity to bring the balls into a bit more of a tighter, I guess you'd call it, spread at the top of their height.
this would not be a Vokey video without talking about the grooves. These grooves have been thrown in the cooker. They've been stress tested to increase durability, meaning they'll last longer. Also, and slightly more complex, the higher lofted wedges have wider grooves, as those clubs are often used with an open club face, and the wider groove helps to keep the ball gripping even with a glancing blow rather than a square contact. And finally, the hosels. I know we don't really like talking about the hosel, sorry, but you'll see with that red line that the hosel gets shorter as the loft decreases. This once again aids in ensuring the centre of gravity is in the optimum place to get the ideal ball flight.
Whatever you're looking for, these SM9s will be able to cater for it because they are pretty impressive, and I'm quite blown away. I'm actually quite cynical of, every generation being completely different, but just how different these are considering they're 9 generations in is really impressive, and it's no wonder they're so popular. Oh yeah. Ah. Ooh. Oh, the spin on it.
And there it is. We'll see you next time on GSR. As always, big thanks to the Club Room for making this all possible. Bye-bye.